Hello and welcome to the video version of my journal. I'm Stephanie Rivers. The longer I live, the more I realize common sense ain't so common. The latest evidence to support my hypothesis: the Continental Airlines debacle that happened a week ago. It was flight 2816 on a regional jet that left Houston headed for Minneapolis, but it didn't reach the Twin Cities area until 14 hours later. What happened in between could have been an episode of The Twilight Zone. 2 hours into the flight, the plane was diverted due to thunderstorming and extreme weather. So I get that part. What I don't get is the part about the 47 passengers, including crying babies, being forced to spend 6 hours sitting on the airport tarmac in a plane smaller than 2 mobile homes put end to end. Can you say overcrowded? News reports said because airport security had gone home for the night, passengers were not allowed into the airport. Never mind the cramped quarters inside the small plane with crying babies, overflowing bathrooms, and little to no food. And what did it matter if security was available anyway? It was an unscheduled stop in the middle of the night in a strange city where there were thundering and lightning going on. They didn't want to leave the airport and go sightseeing. They only wanted to go into the airport to stretch their legs, use the restroom, and breathe some fresh air. Not to mention that when airplane passengers leave a secured area, when airplane passengers leave the airplane, go into the airport, which is a secured area, and they do whatever they do, and then they get back on a plane, in this case the same plane, they don't need additional screening. That's just how it happens. Hello, they're still in a secured area. Transportation and FAA officials have many of the same questions as I do, and they want to know if anybody's rights were violated. Well, let me tell you, regardless of the guidelines in place, you can't legislate common sense. You just can't. A spokesperson for Continental said the company had adopted a policy recently where no passengers would have to spend 3 or more hours stuck on a plane on the ground without being allowed to get off the plane. So the policy wasn't even worth the paper it was written on. Continental is still dealing with the public relations nightmare that happened a week before that. Continental is the same airline that had extreme turbulence on a flight from Brazil to Houston, and it caused so many injuries that the plane had to divert to Miami for an emergency landing. If passengers are stuck on a grounded plane longer than 45 minutes, they should be allowed to return to the airport, because the whole scene takes on a view of unlawful detainment, if you ask me. If going back to the gate causes more delays or cancellations even, it's a consequence that the airlines will just have to take, in my opinion. To check out more about what I care about, go to the written version of my journal at eurweb.com. Thanks and have a super day.